Hagiyores v'ashvuya v'ashivcha shenivdu shnizgayru. Okay? Shvuya because it's nifdu. Okay? Shvuya is a Jewish person was redeemed, ransomed. Hagiyores v'ashvuya v'ashivcha shenivdu shnizgayru shnishtacharu. Pchuses mibno shlo shalav yomechod. Right? So therefore the Maisa Biyah before it's not called the Maisa Biyah. It's like the Gemara says need is Etzba Ba'ayin, Kesuvos Masayim, Yeshlam Tainis Pesulim, and therefore this Tainis Pesulim, the husband, if he marries her before, then he has Tainis Pesulim. Why is she a Psula? Okay? She should be a Psula. We're not. Yeah. Because sure, Shivcha for sure. Yeah, they were abused. Doesn't make a difference. Like a Gioris, even if she wasn't, she's considered Zona. We rule a Kohen cannot marry a Gioris, even if she's the girl. Doesn't make a difference. Omra Puna Ger Konshin mit Bidel knows that that's best. Famous Tosus over here. Rav Huna says a Ger Koton. Ger Koton means we're not talking. No, not on the three. What is godless for a Jew? What is godless for a Jew? What's adulthood for a Jew? A Jew is Yud Beis, it's Halachot Mishpatim, Yud Beis for a boy, Yud Beis for a Gimel. 12 for a girl. For a goy, it's question 7 or 8 years old. Meaning when a child knows the difference between. No, before for a goy. No. It's a Maisa Biyah. We're talking about godless, right? To be considered an adult. At 13, it's Halachot Mishpatim, right? But for a goy, it's based on intelligence. It's about 7, 8 years old. So we're speaking of ger kodshim adlulas adas bezin. That means you were told him before that age. Right. So good. So there's a whole problem. Toast discuss. I mean, how is bezin begaira a child? It's chiyah. So says right, but chiyah mitam shlichus. The two problems. Ain't shlichus the cotton, and also he's a goy. You need the shlichus to make him into a Jew. So what do you put? How do you put the cart before the horse? You can't do it. So how does it work? So Tos holds its Rabbanim. He's not a Jew and he's a cotton. Both. Nothing. No. Russia, parents come with a child, with their family. They all want to convert. No suffix. A child's definitely a goy. Okay? Ger cotton mabilio so does bezdin. Okay, my kamash. What's the chidush? The schusolo. Zochalod mishalo befonov. That's the answer. You say it's a chov, Jew. You're burdened with mitzvahs. No, it's a schus. And what? And zochalod mishalo. So even though it's a cotton, it's shlo befonov. But zochalod mishalo befonov. Ve'chovlod mishalo befonov. Because what's the chidush? Mal the same. Or we go chav befkera nicholei. A guy, he can do anything he wants, basically. Right? Do kaimelon, the kaimelon, the Eved, Vadi Befker Nicha. Eved for sure. We're saying even a goy, but Eved, Defker. Kamashmlon, Hani Mili Godel. Yeah. Hani Mili Godel, the Tam, the Yisura. We're talking about, he's already addicted to it. So, no, therefore it's Chov. Therefore it would be Chov and Shlof. If you want to be, the Gemara says, you want to get Shichur for an Eved Kanani. It's Machlok Tanoim. Could you not shlomi daito? Because it's chovlo. Because why? Because Tom Yisur, it's lo nechalei. He doesn't want to be a Jew. He doesn't want. Right. Aval kodin schusulo. Child doesn't know. He's innocent. He wasn't Tom Yisur. So we say zochlov the shlo b'fonov. So the chiyuv, the old mitzvahs, that's definitely not a chov. But it will only be denying something physical. That's something else. So because he's a kodin, it's lo Tom Yisur. Le Messiah lake. Bring a raya to what? To what Rav Huna says, that ger cotton admilos adas bezdin shlobi data. What does it say? It says Agiyores Ashuya Ashivcha Shiniv Shiz Gairu Shtach Bi Pchusus No Shalosh Shanav Yom Echad. So how do you have Pchusus less than 3? It's a cotton, right? So the answer is Shlo Befonov Zochalom Shlo Befonov. My love that Belino al das bezdin. Lo Hochmei Skinam Begershin Zgaro Bonu V'no Savimo. You have this. It's not the Bezdin. It wasn't Bezdin's idea, the family. Because we would say with certainty, children, what the parents want, that's what they want. So that's why it's a schus. Let's say a guy, you want to be matbil a ger cotton. That's Bezdin. They're the ones who make the decision. And that's not because the parents, the whole family is converting. The parents, they're converting with them. So they're coming as a family. So that's definitely a schus. That's Zochel Shlo B'Fonov. But maybe all mitzvahs, that's a chov. That's a chov. With the family, even though all mitzvahs, the child wants it. He wants to be with the family. Right? So that's what he said. It's no raya. We want to bring a raya from the Mishnah, so you're saying the Mishnah there's no raya. Because there it's being about Avimo, Giruimo. So it's together, so it's a family affair. Right? Let's see Rashi. 1 second. Al das beste Shlosha Yud betfilosa ginin kol tfilos gerish tzvichin gimel veinasen lo av rehu ger al yedein umago biyayin kosher. Now that the gerish takes place, touches wine, it's not going to be a problem. Okay. 1 second. La. There you go. 1 second. Dani mili the nechle befkeiro godel shegodel midus shegodel b'midus hefkeiros v'tom leitam disura v'higdulu ktanim shenizgara afilu imavien. Okay, higdilu ktanim shenizgara afilu imavien. That's coming up. Okay, so it's no raya from the Mishnah. La halacha we paskin gerkot madbilo das besten, but a raya from the Mishnah it's not, because he said the Mishnah speaking this gara over v'imo imo. Okay, that's Omer of Yosef higdilu ichon limchos. What's the concept of Zochel Shul B'Fonov? Because let's say you go when you want to buy me a gift. You go buy me without my knowledge. So when you buy it, you're my shliach. Let's say later I say I was never interested. So that reveals that it's not a schus for me. I didn't want you. I didn't want you because we'll see Tosis. Aran tzadi shav shliach. We can say with certainty I want you to be my shliach. But if I tell you later I didn't want it, if you reveal that you don't want, then it's nothing. So if it's only al das bezdin since Zochel Shul B'Fonov. Let's say it becomes a note that says I was never interested in being Jewish. So retroactively, the Ma'aser Geirus was never Ma'aser Geirus. No, he's a Godel today. No, I mean, Higdilu, right? So therefore, L'mafreya was nothing. You were never my shliach, right? So he says, Omer Avyo Higdilu Yichol Limchos, Yichol Limchos. They could. They choose to be mocher, and they're not a Jew. Eise Abayi, so Abayi yes, Hagiors Vashuya Shivcho, Shnivdush Tzgairu, Shnistachru, Pchusos Minoshol Lushon of Yomechod, Ksubosam Osai, Visol Higdili Chol Limchos, Yavino Le Ksuba, the Oslo Bochla Biyuso. So it comes out afterwards what's going to be. You're going to give it turns out later she'll be mocher, so retroactively she was a goy. She ate the ksuba when she wasn't, they were never married, because she was a goya. L'chigodlo. L'chigodlo, nami mimachyo v'nafko. So Mor says, kevich igdilo, sha'achas, lo michso, shuveni chod libchos. No. If she had the chance, she didn't, that's the confirmation. Later she wants, it's like a person converts to be a Jew as an adult. Then he says, charota. It's too late. Once you become, 5 minutes later. Once you become a Jew, there's no way out. But here, it's only because it was a schus. So you reveal immediately it's not a schus. Okay, it was never a schus. But once you're not mocher, immediately you're aware that you could be mocher. And you're not mocher, then what? Then you're a Jew. You lost that, right, that right. Okay? Higdi looked at Yechol Limchos, V'loma Yevshi, Efshinu Lios Gerim, Chosl Suron, Veinonu Leonchem Bezdin, Vafio Deinu Takifo, and Kirish Isha, Misha Micho, Eno Tzrichel Get, Lios Kisro Mumer. It's not Yisrael Mumer. It's nothing. It's a goy. Mosev Rovo, Elu Nairos, Sheishlam Knas, third parak, the second parak in third parak in Kesuvos. These naros, a nara to get Knas, she has to be 12 years old, and she was either raped or seduced, right? Either anusa or mefuta. Sheishlam habo alam zeres, vala nesino, vala kusis, vala gioris, vala shvuyo, vala shivcho, shenivdu, shenishtachru. Shenistach, Shenisgari, Shenistach, Repchusim, those Shon of Yom Echot, says Machlokes, remain the Chachomim, do you pay Knas only to a Nairo, or even to a Ketana? If you rape a Ketana, no, same thing. When Torah says that's the cutoff point. Is the question, is only limited to Nairo, or it's Ketana all the way up until Bulgaris? Okay? So it says over there, Repchusim, Shon of Yom Echot, Yeshlam Knas. Because otherwise she has to be a psula. So she converted before she was 3 years old, right? Vi amrit higdil chol nimchos yavin lo knas v'ozlo v'ochle b'giyusa v'chigodlo. You're going to give it paid out, which is a ketana, and then chigodlo, two verses chigodlo. You give it to her when she becomes an adult. You wait till then you give it to her as though for the rape that took when she was a versus chigodla mimachir nafka came higdil she'achas lo michtos sheni chol nimchos. I don't know why the Gemara. We already just answered that regarding ksuba, right? No. But she has to be Jewish. If we say the first opportunity, you could be mocher. That's megalit that you never wanted, right? So why do you mechalik the knas ksuba? It's the same thing. She's not Jewish. It has nothing to do with what the payment is. There's no knas, right? Exactly. Now it's this, but we already gave the teretz. We already gave the teretz for ksuba that she limchos lo bichsa. So it makes no difference. And it's the same question, right? The answer is Rava. Before it was Abaye Rav Yosef. He answered that. So Rava didn't know what that answer is. He's answering the same answer, right? Same answer. 1 second. Lo bichsa v'nicholim. Abaye lo oma karovo. Now. Abaye asked the question from ksuba. Rava asked the question from knas. Abaye lo oma karovo hosm knosa hainu taimo shlo choti niskar. You know something? I'll tell you truthfully, she's a shiksa. But you want to know the truth? We're not going to let the guy get away. He's a choti niskar. I rapes a person, and then we believe she was Jewish. You're going to pay regardless, right? That's what we can say. Midoraisei no chinami. Because it works out very good with Tosas. Because Tosas, truthfully, midoraisa, she's not a Gyoris. Because if Schiz mitam shlichus, and a Goy doesn't have shlichus, and a Kohen doesn't have shlichus, it's midrabanan. The Ger is drabanan. No, so Tosas says, no, she doesn't. We'll see Tosas in a minute. We'll see. But it's very good. So the whole thing we're talking is drabanan. The whole thing. Shlei chodei niskar, also drabanan. Drabanan. He was born already. No. Maybe he was bar mitzvah. Maybe he was in between. No, but it could have been. He could have been 8, 9 years old. You know what I mean? So then, according to that, according to Rishonim, no, that's called a godel. That's a godel. It's a godel. For a goy, 8, 9 years old is a godel. So then you have to do it again. Yeah, it was under the Eid Charedus, right? Yeah. Rava Omar. Rava the Omar Kabayi. What did Rava say like Abayi? Ksuba, Hainu Taimish Lotia Kalabin of Lotzio. So we had to institute the Ksuba because otherwise the guy could throw her out. Let's say she marries him when she's a Katana. And then afterwards, what's his name? Later, I'm not paying you the Ksuba. But so what's the deterrent for him to throw her out? So therefore, they said, regardless what happens later, you pay the ksuba. Not knas, ksuba. We say that's why ksuba is not a raya. Ksuba would not be a proof. Because otherwise he could send her out. So he has to have that sword over his head. Yeah. So each one has its reason why the other one wasn't a raya. Let's take Tosas, beautiful Tosas, famous Tosas here. This is a Shas Tosas. Mabilo sal das bezdin mishum d'schus lo v'teimo. Those schiyah have mitam shlichus, right? The mechanics of schiyah shlichus. Why? The cave in the schus lo anan sadi the ovid le shliach. Right? It's a famous Tosas on this Tosas. We could say with certainty that if I would have known, I want you to be my shliach. It's a schut. That's the rationale. How do you become my shliach? Right? Because if I would have known, I would have pointed you. So there's a famous Tzos. Tzos Sorachin on this Tosos. Because from the Gemara of Mitzvah and El Mitzvah, in terms of Yushlam Daslovi Yush, it goes hand in hand with Shlichus. Knowing, if you would have known, you would have wanted it, that's not enough to make a Shliach. You constantly have to know the man wants to be, is a Schus. Theoretically, if you would have known, you would have, that's Yushlomi Das. So if that's the case, Tzos says and Tosas, so what do you mean, Anan Sadi? That if he would have known, he would have lay shliach, but actually he doesn't know. You have to know. That's so the Ktsos learns a whole different shot. The Ktsos learns when it's a schus, the Torah is man the shliach. The Torah is man the shliach. What right?
You're finding, you're in California, you're finding Opar and bringing this to the Rebbe.
Not that you're bringing it to the Rebbe. I'm picking it up for the Rebbe.
Right. So you would say it's in your benefit. So I'm now your shliach.
But who appointed you to be shliach? You have to be appointed to be a shliach.
If you would have known,
So that's not enough. That's what Tosa says. But Tosa has a problem with that because to appoint a shliach, it's not enough if you would have known. You have to actually have a conscious appointment. You're not a shliach. So he learns the Torah. The Torah says there's a parshas in the Torah that if something's a schus, the Torah appoints you to be a shliach, not the person. It's a schus. That's the way he learns. So it comes out. So as a result of that, the way that Tos learns, he's avoiding he's avoiding many Tos's problems. Because according to Tos is going to answer it's only Drabanan. So according to Tos, it's the Raisa. So if you need the to appoint a shliach, it's not possible. It's shliach can't have a shliach. He's a goy. He's this. But if the Torah, there's no problem. Right. We'll see in a minute. According to Tos. But there's another problem. Even according to Tos, it's a problem. That's good if it's a Kotan who's a Jew. But if he's a Kotan who's a Jew, but a goy can't have a shliach. A goy can't have a shliach. A goy, the whole parsha shliach says no relevance. Has relevance to a Jew. A Kotan, the problem is he can't be memane. He can't appoint. What's the defect of a child? It's not that he can't have a shliach. It's a technicality. A goy has no relevance to shlichus. Because he's a goy. Exactly. We'll see. So the way I answered the Tzoshes question is like this. This is the way I answered it. The Gemara says about Mitzvah that if you buy a house and you find a treasure in the wall, so we say it's from the Amoroim, from the Eborites, and you could take it. So the Rosh asks a question. We say Chotzo Shalom Kono Shlomidato. So whoever you bought the house from originally, it's his. So how do you take it? So what? Something falls into your courtyard. And then you sell the house, and you weren't aware it's in your courtyard. Is it yours? It's yours. Yeah. So what? So what? You didn't find it. You didn't locate it. But Chatzir Shalom Kodesh Shlomidato. Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with you in business. No. It's been here. We know it's been there 1,000 years. It's not a question, did it come now, did it come before? Doesn't make a difference, but the wall of the house is your chotzer. It's your domain. So even though you're unaware of it, it belongs to the previous owner, and the previous owner didn't sell it to you. No. The previous owner was a Jew. What? You had a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Rosh answers. That's the Rosh's kasha. So the Rosh answers when we say Chatzer Shalom Kono Shlomidato, that's only something that's Ola Ladas. Something that theoretically you think about. Things fall into your courtyard. Right? So you have in mind, whatever falls in my courtyard, I want to be Kono with my Chatzer. But something, whoever thinks, something in a wall, that's something, it's Lola Ladas. So really you do need Das. You need Das for the Chatzer to be Kono. But there's a stam das. Whatever comes in my courtyard, I want. My rishus. Whatever, even something valuable. But it's a mokum which is kona. Things fall in. Anything could fall in. But in a wall, there should be a buried treasure. That's lo la das. Therefore, it's not kona. That's the Rosh's answer. Okay? So what I wanted to say is like this. No, not condition. No, it's a stam das. My das is, if anybody wants to do me a favor, even, I'm not aware who. What's the meaning of shlomi dato? What is das? What's that? That's das. That's the regular thing. Somebody wants to buy me a gift, and I'm interested. I want it to be shliach. That's the stam das. Yish shlomi das. If I would have known, I would have despaired. No, that has no relevance to it, right? No relevance to it. Over there, it's all talking. Over there, one person goes, and I tell him to take. When he takes true mice, he should take from a certain thing. And he goes, takes from better quality. Rather than he took from an ayofus. So over there we say, if he would have known, over there I appoint you to take from one, and now you upgraded. Well, if you would have known, you would have. No, maybe I wouldn't have. Not so simple. Well, after fact, he would have. But it has to be b'shas ma'isa that you would have. So that's why there it's a Yishlomi Das. Here, the Stamdas, anybody wants to do me a favor, I'm open that he should do me a favor. Unless I say differently. Okay? That's how he answered Tosa's question. I mean, the Tosa Tosas. Okay, so Tosa asks a question now. So Tosa says, okay, Hech Zochel Lekoden, Ein Shlichus Lekoden, V'amrinon, Bezu Neshech, V'od, Akati Ovid Kochovim. Oh, yeah, the second question is even a strong question. Right? V'od, Akati Ovid Kochovim, V'amrinon Hosam, the Koden, Akati, Osi Lechal Shlichus, Islay Schio, Midrabonon. The Gemara makes a differentiation. A child may be Drabon this Schio because ultimately he's going to be an adult and he has relevance to Schio. Ovid Kochom, Osi Lechal Shlichus, Avil Schio Midrabonon less like. It's Mefurish. So if here he's still a goy, we want through Schio to become Jewish. But right now he's a goy. He has no shaykhus, right? So they have at least midrabonon the shlichus. Has no shaykhus. V'nira l'ri, dochanami d'zochen lo midrabonon. You hear what Tosa says? It's a dochik midrabonon. But nobody says differently. Yeah, this only because, as I said, even if you're learning like Tosa, that's only a Jew. For a goy, you can't say the Torah's mana shliach because a goy can't have a shlichus, a shliach. Yeah, midrabon kiramin hosam the kodni islay schiyum midrabonon v'avagav da'akati of kochavim. Since over here we want to make him to a Jew, since like the cotton osid l'chal shlichus inami, cave dvar schio nasi Yisrael havali Yisrael gomor linyan schio. Yeah, this is like a bavasachas. Since the end result is he's going to be a Jew, so we seem like a Jew already. Vim toimar. Oh, now he's asked the question. So it comes out this ger, he really is a goy. He's only a Jewish. He's a Jewish Jew. He's a rabbinical Jew. Well, rabbinical Jew. V'im toimar heche abeger midrabonon v'sharin l'bas Yisrael kedusha of kedushin haminater of tkochavimu. Because he doesn't have another conversion when he becomes an adult. That means he marries. He's a guy is going to be living with a Jewish woman. Yeah. V'yeshloma the ksov commandion bisharaba v'yeshkoch yechomen lachdov minater bekum v'asei. Yeah. He said, what's the chiddush? What do you mean? Phenomenal chiddush. Mar makes a differentiation between an adult, tom disur, or not. You know what kind of chiddush this is? The guy's really a goy, and we're allowing him to marry a Jewish woman. That's not enough of a chiddush. We're saying it's going to have man the yomar. It's going to have. That's a tremendous chiddush, right? So as he says, the Gemara could have answered that. Wait. Even though that would have been a better. Voda midam breish ben sorer gabi gezla ger im ein leish goel ish at tzorich lachzor achrov im yesh lo goel avokod iat tzorich lachzor achrov b'shas ger koden min atayro. So how do you find a koden? So muberes shenis gairo. She conceived when she was a shiksa, and then so therefore he has no right. Kiramidim perka orel of this kocham muberes shenis gairo benoin tzorich tfilo. The Yisrael Gomeru, but there you don't need. It's not he's conversion, but he doesn't need Kabbalah's mitzvahs because he's born from a Jewish mother. There he's born from a Jewish mother. She was Jewish. This like mom in a Torah go shiorishis imo. So there he could have a gerkot. He inherited his mother dies. See right? Viato tzorach laser achlab shein lo yorshin shein molit v'och echov minaim and yorshin osofis from the garsinam but mitzias chimio. Islay lo goras midrabonon. The Muslim memi Islay schim in atayro. Over gachom cotton came to both as garim chashilik Yisrael cotton avagav the schim hamtam shlichus min atayro. Wait, kalmil bedover sheishbok taschova. Yet now he says terrific. You can only understand the end of Tosus with the Ketos now. Now you can understand with it. He says, I avagav the schim tam shlichus vein lo shlichus min atayro. Wait, rega. He said by. This is the answer to Ketos, but he says when does the Torah have to it's a schus gomor. Hani mi bedover sheishbok taschov gul hafish trumoso shemo yirotza leposhe bechita achas. O shemo yirotza lahadif. Aval hoch shus gomor becoming a Jew is a schus gomor for a child. It's a schus gomor who yeshlo shlichus min Torah. But again, you can't be mamaneh. He can't be mamaneh. It's a clear according to Tosus in the Maskana. What he's saying now, it's like the Tosus learning, because the Torah points to shliach. Right? You can't say it's a schus gomer. Therefore, what? So it's a schus gomer. But if the only way you can become shliach is that he has to appoint you, a child can't appoint a shliach. you need another. Where is the tzos? The Torah points it. So when it's chuzgomet, that's when the Torah is memana the shliach. That's no the goy or the cotton both. Okay. Of course, how does he become? But how does he become? You have to say the Torah makes it. Torah makes him. He can't. Lesman de polik a kot ein lo das. So how do you say he can't be mana? The Torah has to be mana, like the tzos learn. No, we're going to be the Mizakim. We'll be the Mizakim. And who's going to make us shlichim? The Torah will make us shlichim. Yeah. But since ultimately the result will be a Jew, so the Torah already says it works. Right. Not midrabban, midoraisa.
No, since he's going to be midoraisa.
When? Immediately. As a Kohen, he becomes a Jew. Because Zochalam Shlo B'fonov. Immediate. Not later, now.
But that's Ramana.
No, that's not Rabban. It's the Raisa.
Again,
From now, unless he's, but if he's mocha, it'll be a different story. If he's not mocha, it's from now. From now, he's mocha and retroactive, it's nothing. Because the man says, I'm not interested. Yeah, but it's from now. It's from now he's interested. Well, we want to be the Mizakim. We'll be Mizak. Who appointed us? The Torah points you. Since it's Chuz Gomor, the Torah points you. Klau. Correct. Finished. Now Tosas says, interesting. Gemara says, what's the chiddush by a goy? So if he'd be an adult, befker nechalei. But according to Lotod, Tami Yisur, it's not a problem. So Tosas asked, there's a machlokes tanoim in kedushin. Could you be makabel get shichron behef of evet kanani? The chachomim say you can because it's a schus. The evet's tom tam di surah. So Tosas asked, so how do we reconcile with the Gemara? Here we say by a goy, if he be an adult, you have bazakim. Because tam di surah. The Gemara says in kedushin, yimashachrim al yidei shliach, even though it's so Tosas is mechalik. V'havagav jirabona pliga Reb Meir per kama de gitten. It's also in kedushin. But less like time defker in nichalei. Hani mili gabi evet shenu choshish befker shem efkiatz min hashibut. Avol, you hear this? Eino chosh befker shem efkiatz min hashibut. Because factually he's a slave. What would he prefer? You prefer to be a slave, or you prefer to not to have the taiva? Which one do you prefer? Freedom or that? Freedom. Therefore, it's a schus. Avol gabi gochom shen meshubed nechle befker. He has the cake and eats it. V'chein nira ti lotem hochi hechem asiatim hu the giores dilma rabbanon hu he feel godol less le'efker nichalei. Teretz says there's a chil between an eved and a goy. Yeah, an eved. What do you mean? I'll be free. It's worthwhile to pay that. I'll give that up. Okay, further. Hagodlu shabal aktano. V'kod shabal agdol. Okay, a godlu shabal aktano, kod shabal aktano, umukas eitz. Mukas eitz. That means she had an accident. Ksubasa divrei meir. Which means ksubasa masayim divrei meir. So Rashi says pchusim bas sholosh. Also, he's pchusim bentesha. So it's not considered ma'aseh. So what is it? It's like mukas eitz. The act of the child. It's like she had an accident. Right? So therefore it's Ksuvasa Masayim. Because Rebbe holds it's not totally in having the Besulim. As long as there wasn't a Maisabiyah. No, it has nothing to do with Chova. We're talking about Chazal Misakin. Chazal Misakin. If you're a Besuli, you get 200. Rebbe understands what does that mean? As long as you have no act of cohabitation, you get 200. So therefore it's Mukas Eitz. She doesn't have Besulim. It's not the Besulim. She didn't have Biyah. No, everybody agrees it's not Biyah. Mukas Eitz is not. There's Aloch L'Mashmi Sinai. Less than 9 years old is not called the Maisa Biyah. No, sir, that's before Ish. It's before Ish in Sanhedrin. She's not Chayv Misa. No, nothing. It says, it's a Mefurish in Ben Sarah Mora. A woman who has relations with a 9-year-old or she's Chayv Misa. You put her to death. That's adultery. Of course, it's a parshas. It's kenos and etzba bayin. It's nothing. Mamish nothing. She's a pervert. It's called a perversion. It's like mukas eitz. So therefore, you get mosai. Chamam no. Mukas eitz ksubasa mona because it's halochim besulim. You have to have besulim. It's not a maisa. It's not totally maisa b or not maisa b. You have to have besulim. Yeah. She's damaged merchandise. Damaged. Finished. Okay, mukas eitz. Chamomrim mukas eitz ksubasa mona. Besula almono. Yeah. Besula almor grush chalutza min anesuin. Yeah, this even a besula. A besula is an almona or grush min anesuin. Yeah, this. A woman, she went to chuppah. Her husband had a heart attack under the chuppah. She's in the sewer. She's in the sewer. Who's a besula? Less man the public. Ksubasa mona. Because when they were misakin ksuba for a woman, it's only arusa. Once she's fully married. No, it's not contradicting. No, she was never married there. She was never married. No. Rega. No, they said two things. If a woman's the sewer, she's a fully married woman. So since on the average a fully married woman normally is not a besula, so we treat her like not a besula. That's the takona. That's the exception. It's like a less man de polak. Normally a nesua is not a besula. Not that she was not married, period. Muktzib mono. We're going like the chachomim now. You have to have besulim. They're finished. Now we have a new discussion. What about a nesua? That have besul, but since the average nesua doesn't have besulim, that's takona. No, it's both. This is like there's a little plug. A nesua doesn't get ksuba samona because the average nesua 99.9%, they're not besula, right? Almona grusha chalutzim and nesuin ksuba samona. More than rov. It's the vast majority. Because usually the marriage is consummated. Nesuim both. What? No, that we had early. Yeah, then she gets Messiah if she's a psula. Ve'ein lo tanis besulim. Yeah, this. Let's say the husband had a heart attack under the thing. Or whatever. Let's say he thought the husband didn't consummate the marriage. Let's say it was the next day he died. Or she was divorced. Right? Ein lo tanis besulim. Because since she was in the sewer, you never know. She never. You thought she had, she didn't have. I mean, a person can't tie in Mecca. No. Rashi, maybe we can say Mekach Tos. After Nesuah, there's no Mekach Tos. You marry a woman in Nesuah, it's no Mekach Tos. Because a Nesuah is not synonymous with Besula. A Nesuah is not a Besula. Finished. Ve'en lo tanis besulim. Hagioris v'ashvuya v'ashivcho shenivdu shizgari shiztachu yiseros al beno shlosh shonav yom echad. Ksubosad mono. Why? Because the presumption is she's not a Besula. And every one of these cases mean human cohabitation, not mukas eitz. Ve'en lam tanis besulim. So you marry any one of these women, you can't say, I thought she was. Right? Because she was what? She was what? She was more than 3 years old. Right? You say Rasal ben Sholosh. Omer Rav Yudah Omer Rav, Kodna Bolav Gdola. Right? First case. Also mukas eitz, which is poshut, right? If he's less than 9 years old, he made a mukas eitz. That's Omer Rav Yudah Omer Rav. Kodna Bolav Psula, also mukas eitz. Because that's me. Ki Amrita Kami Dishmuel Omer Rav. Ein mukas eitz bebosser. No, that's not mukas eitz. Yeah? No, why not? See, I mean, a mukas eitz is worse than what? Than bosser. See, according to make a difference. No, make a difference according to Rameir. Rameir says mukas eitz gets mosayim. Right, according to Rameir. Right. Chom say mukas eitz gets mono. Right? So if you hold like Rameir, what happens to Kodna Bol Isho? He was pochs bites. So maybe Rameya there will hold. Maybe you'll get Mana. Because it's worse, even though it's not called the Maisa Bia, but it's a Maisa Basar. Still, it doesn't meet the criteria of a sexual act, but factually she had relations with a person. It's an act. It's an act of Bia. Right, but then it's difficult because that's a chiddush because we spend a lot. We don't rule like Rameir. We rule like the Chachamim. So Rav Yudah Rav is saying halacha according to the Chachamim, according to Rameir. It's not relevant Rameir. That's what I'm saying. So he's coming Shmuel ein bukas eitz bebasa, and we paskin this way. So evidently we're not going like Rameir. So what's the nogea? So it's motayim. That's what I'm saying. If it's totally psulim, you mean mukas eitz is worse than what? Is worse than mukas eitz bebasa? Right? I know, but yeah, what's the lump? If the Chazal said Besul is Mosayim, so why should Mukas Eitz be worse than Maisa Bia Pochsmi ben Tes? Right? Logically, it doesn't make any sense. Let's see Rashi. Chibula lohavya Mukas Eitz nami lohav lesser. Saying something very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Rashi. A Mukas Eitz b'boser vibula lohavya Mukas Eitz nami lesser. No, it's not partial. See what he's saying? Rega. What's a bukas eitz? What's a bukas eitz? Bukas eitz means a woman has an accident, she loses a psula. Because of an accident. You know, it says, there's a famous Yalkut. The Yalkut says, you know, when Eliezer came back with Rivka, it says, the Torah says that she saw him from a distance, and she lowered herself down from the camel. So the Medrash says when she was like overwhelmed, she fell, and she lost the psulim, and the dam went on a cellar. So when Yitzchok had what's the relation, so she wasn't a psula. So it was Choshid Eliezer that he actually raped her. Yet they had relations with Rivka. Yeah. So the Midrash says, so HaKadosh Baruch Hu summoned Gabriel, Hamalach, says, Gabriel, bring the dam al asela, show it to Yitzchok that she's a bukas eitz. The dam that was on the cell where she fell off the camel, bring it immediately to show Yitzchok. And because he was Choshe B'Ksherim, initially Eliezer was Orur, because he was Chom, he went from Orur to Baruch. And not only that, he was Nichlas L'Gan Eden B'Gufo. That's the Yalkut over there on the spot. Take a look in the but Rivka was a bukas eitz. Maisa was no ger. Right? He paid a ksuba Yitzchok. Okay. But he's saying a tremendous lumdus over here. Meaning like this. A woman's a bukas eitz, ksubasa mona. Right? But if we're saying this act, we're not valuing the act. So what? It's this and not that. We ignore the act. Once we negate the act, it's not an act, it's not a Maisa Bia, it's nothing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but it's... Yeah, but let it be like... Let me ask a question. Let's say a woman would go, and she'd be Motzib Suleh with her hand. Is that called Bukas Eitz? Maybe not. That's not. According to Ein Bukas Eitz, but it's not. Which means there, an accident's called you're damaged. You're damaged. It's not you're damaged.
So you want to say that...
But it says, since it's not called a Maisa Bia, it's not called a Maisa. Once we're calling not Maisa, it's nothing. Mukas, it is a Maisa. We're not saying it's not something. It's not Bosa. But Bosa is saying it's not. Once you say not, then it's nothing. So it's a Chiddush. Ein Mukas Eitz b'Bosa. And they according to the Chachamim, it's Ksubasa, Mono. Shmuel Mukas Eitz b'Boser. Oh, you see, Tosus. See, Tosus says a different shot. What about a person that does a Maisa Bia with Hatoyo? Is she a Psula or not a Psula? She's a Bula. Hatoyo, you're an expert in Hatoyo. You discussed it the other day. You walk in where you're dark and you hit a door on the side. Okay? Okay? That's Hatoyo. So he did a full act of Bia. But she's still a Psula. Is she called a Psula or Bula? let's say a woman had relations before she got married with a guy. He did Hatoy, now she goes to the chuppah. She get a ksubas mosayim or ksubas mona? Mona. She has a psula. No, because she's called a bula. She's a bula. So Tosa says, when Shmuel says, Ein bukas eitz bebasar, we're speaking about with the psula. He wasn't measured the psula. The psulim is still there. Yeah? And that now Shmuel makes sense. You understand? If actually it was, she lost, it's bukas eitz.
What happened if so that's obvious.
So that's what Shmuel says. But since factually it's not called the Maisabiyah, how could you call it bukas eitz?
Right. Okay. So if you want to say that the notable exception to the approximately 9 years of the year and really penetrated the
That's bukas eitz. That's what Tosis. That's what I was asking. Doesn't make sense. Why shouldn't it be bukas eitz? Right? So he says, "V'lo hisha b'sula nairi the b'hisha lama yeshel lios pchusim bukas eitz." Right? It's illogical. It says, why is it then different than having an accident? So Rashi clearly is saying, yeah, but Rashi himself is not learning like Tosis. Because Rashi, since it's not called the Ma'is L'Gabi Bia, we don't see the Ma'is L'Gabi bukas eitz. No, once we're judging it as nothing, it's nothing. When you don't judge it as, we don't judge it, period. We have a question, does she have psul or not? Bukas eitz. So, right, we ignore it totally. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Tosa is learning out this way. Now, but if that's the case, now you have to understand Rav. You have to understand Rav. So what's why? So why? So why should she have psula? It's not a Maisabiyah. It's not bukas eitz, but he calls it bukas eitz. What's bukas eitz? Yep. Now Rav is a tzorach here, right?